What's up, everybody? We got the new Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. We're gonna talk about a couple things. You might agree, you might disagree, but I felt like it needs to be addressed. Hopefully, these things get fixed or changed somewhere down the future. With that being said, let's get into it. And this is our menu. It's animated. I do like it. What I like even more is the way it transitions from location to location, or when you select something within that location. Like this. He flies away. They use instant transmission. I like the transition. I'm a fan of the transitioning. And I understand having this animated makes the transitioning smoother. But the story mode, they have cutscenes that are just not animated. And if I had to choose, I'd rather the cutscenes be animated over my menu. But the transitioning, I do like the transitioning. If they kept the transitioning part like this and left out the repetitive animated menu, I'd be perfectly happy. But what I'm unhappy with is the cutscenes not being animated. At least not all of them. And I'll show you what I mean.
You should join us, Kakarot. Think of the battles you'll have. Isn't your Saiyan blood boiling with excitement from the thought?
Shut up! If you think I'd ever join you, then you're dumber than you look.
See, it's not crazy animated, but just the fact that clothes are moving, mouths are moving, they will move their body is better than nothing. Because then there's this. The recap of what's going on, like it's from the narrator point of view. This is perfectly fine. As far as not being animated, I would prefer the narrator speaking. It wouldn't be that hard to do.
Piccolo?
And then when it comes to these cutscenes, you can see a little animation here. You can see the grass moving. You can see the clothes moving. If they decide to move, you will see the characters move. But what I don't understand is the dialogue. Goku said what he said, and now it's just sitting there, waiting for me to move it along. I think it should transition smoothly. It shouldn't wait for me. It should give me the option to skip it, what they're saying. But when he's done saying what he's saying, it should move on. A smooth story mode. Because back when the narrator was showing us what he was showing us, I don't have to press X to move it along. It does it on its own. Now, we have these kind of cutscenes. They start off animated and go into a still shot. They will continue to talk, but there's no animation. Even if it was a little bit like the other scenes,
Let's go. Hey
with
now,
just the hair
you wanna
moving,
climb
grass
with us?
moving, mouths moving, it would make it 100 times better in my opinion. And then the dialogue. I don't need to move it along myself, but there's a delay between one thing said and the next thing said. So it doesn't feel smooth. But then you have these cutscenes where you have the animation, the grass moving, mouse moving, but the dialogue doesn't keep moving. It will sit here until you move it along yourself.
Let's skip the pleasant.
And then we have the gameplay.
Since you're going to be
I like the
eradicated
way it
anyway,
looks. The graphics are
maybe
nice.
share a
The
little
map is
something with
beautiful.
me. The two
The
Saiyans
fact
I
that
mentioned
as you
earlier,
fight, your clothes get
they're
dirty
even
and
more
torn and
powerful
ripped,
than me.
that's nice. But the camera angle, you
You
can't
betrayed yourself
change
for
anything
a
about it.
lifetime and
You
never
can't
even
move
come
it.
close to that level.
It's
But
always locked
since you
onto
were
your
too
opponent.
stupid to heed my
And
warning,
depending
you're
on
not going
where
to
your
survive
opponent
another
is and
day
where you
anyhow.
are, you can see right through the bottom of the map, which is a pretty good indication that the camera angle could use some work like that. You know, it's not a big deal. Sometimes it's way worse than that.
If you've got a new special attack hidden up your sleeve, now's the time to use
But
it,
it's
Goku.
it's fixable. I hope they
Sorry,
do
nope.
fix it somewhere in the future.
Meanwhile, I've been training non-stop
But
to
then
become a
there's
sure kill
the
technique.
combos.
For real?
Yeah,
There's
the
times to
problem is
where
it takes some
you could
time to
try to
charge up before
transition
I
from
can
a
use
combo
it.
to a super
So I'm gonna need you to
or from one
quietly
combo to
follow me until
another,
then, if you
and there's
please.
just a visual delay.
Gotcha.
You could
I'll
see your
take care
character
of that.
stop before he does the next thing, which isn't beautiful.
How about this?
It could use some work. Gameplay. I know I've only played for about 30 minutes, and I'm not far into the game, and I've only, I think, tested this one map, but it's pretty clear that it could use some work.
Wow.
So that's
Everybody's
my
here.
opinion on the game so far. It's still in early access. There's still a lot of updates that are going to come. I hope they touch up on the things I spoke about. Not just because I want them to, but because I think it will make the game just that much better and enjoyable. If you didn't have to skip certain cutscenes and it just played out.
Me too. Let's eat.
If the dialogue was more smooth, just like how this menu dialogue is. They interact with each other smoothly. I wish the story mode did that too, instead of the delayed
So, what
response.
can that thing do anyway?
Just like this is a constant animation, everyone is always
So,
moving.
what can that thing do
Even
anyway?
Vegeta in the back, even the trees in the back. I wish those
Are
certain
you gonna
cutscenes
see?
would do the same, especially if they're going to continue to talk. They should show some animation. The narrator scenes, if we had an actual narrator. Again, it's nitpicking. It's nothing
What should I
serious
do next?
as far as story mode, dialogue, but it would make it better. And then for gameplay, it's just the camera angle
Goten, take a
and
look at this.
the small visual cue you could see in between combos or supers that don't make too much sense because these guys move at high pace, high speed. You wouldn't really see something like that. It's just a little bit of an eyesore. And there's one more thing I didn't really get to touch up on is I noticed when I was playing, the game doesn't register every button you're pressing as fast as you're pressing. It almost seemed like I had to slow down on the controller for the game to pick up what I wanted when I wanted. Which in the old Dragon Ball Z games, especially Budokai, if you hit square 5 times so fast, but you could only see one, two, three, and you're already done with the five, it will continue with four and five. Here, if you press it 5 times and he's only on the third punch, he's not going to throw it a fourth and fifth time. So I wish that would also change. Other than that, it's a great game so far. The visual, the graphics, even the gameplay is very fun. And I will continue to play this, and I can see myself playing this a lot. I just hope that in the future, when we get our updates, that they maybe give a setting for your camera so you could back it up a little or raise it a little so it doesn't go through the floor. And then as far as the transition between a combo and a super or whatever, they could fix that. And that's my opinion on this game. So far, I like it. I didn't see no game breaking bugs. I didn't see no glitches. I didn't stall, freeze, crash. This game's barely under 28 gigs as of right now, and there's plenty of content. And we know they will be adding plenty of content. There's season passes coming. I could see them updating and giving us more moves, more customizable things, maybe cosmetics, different game modes. These guys will have to be unlocked at some point, maybe through a season pass or maybe through gameplay. Not too sure yet. But overall, it seems like a great game. And I look forward to playing and getting into ranked and challenging real people. Because that's where I think this game's ultimately going to shine. It is competitive with plenty of offline content. And with that being said, I hope the video helped. If there's anything else I could do, just leave a comment and I'll make sure to do my best. And I hope to see you in a tournament. Peace.